Etienne welcoming you with Kim in order to share this live webcast. We are in quarterfinal mode. The two teams that will be featured on this first of three webcasts on this May 3rd will be Kelvin High School from Manitoba, initially seeded number 2 of this tournament. They will face off École Grand-Rivère, les Cyclones Grande-Rivière de la ville de Gatineau, Québec. Alors, on se promènera de l'anglais au français tout au long de ce reportage. So we'll go back from French to English all throughout this webcast. We are in a quarterfinal mode, as mentioned. So these two teams have already played 3 games yesterday, of which Kelvin has won their 3 games, while Cyclone has won 2 of their 3 games.
Both teams coming in with a pretty successful Saturday here. They are looking to contend and try and vie for that spot in semifinals. So we're excited for this game. Looking forward to seeing what both teams are able to bring to the field this morning.
Vertical stack to kick things off. On the left-hand side, still attacking. Great grab in the air. Along the sideline, floaty disc denied. First break opportunity for Grand-Rivère to kick things off. Les Cyclones, avec une première opportunité de bris. Donc, on voit les chandails orange sur le terrain là, qui agissent comme observers. Les observateurs ne sont pas des arbitres, ils sont actifs au niveau des lignes, mais réactifs dans l'éventualité où un appel est contesté. Miscued by Grand-Rivère. Kelvin in the red zone. So lots of traffic in front of the handler. Left handler, and it's miscued. L'équipe de Gatineau avec une opportunité de se reprendre à sa propre ligne de points. Cherche une opportunité. Tracé intérieur. On rappelle que les joueurs et les joueuses ont 10 secondes pour tenter une passe. Sinon, ça constituera un revirement. Kelvin with another redemption opportunity for this O-line, but well anticipated and blocked. Gatineau qui contre-attaque rapidement vers la droite. La passe qui rejoint celle qui a effectué la défensive, qui porte le numéro 5, si je ne me trompe. On est à quelques verges d'un point bris. Mais malheureusement, on ne connecte pas sur la passe en soutien. Et c'est une autre opportunité pour Kelvin. C'est relativement venteux là, à Cambridge aujourd'hui, ce qui peut expliquer qu'on a assisté à plusieurs revirements jusqu'à maintenant. So relatively windy here in Cambridge, Ontario on this day 2 of Ultimate Canada High School Invitational.
Kelvin. We mentioned this yesterday on the broadcast a bit. This is a reality of being in the beginning of May. We are at the beginning of the season. This is often for these athletes the first time that they're outside throwing and catching. So there's definitely a getting used to in this scenario.
La passe longue du milieu de terrain, ça a été initié par Grand-Rivère là, qui inscrit le premier point. C'est plutôt Kelvin là, qui inscrit le premier point, qui avait commencé l'hostilité, le match en défensive. Nos excuses.
Tula Hill from Manitoba High School really showing a great defensive effort that we saw here in the earlier point. Very much able to get isolated, get in prime position. Unfortunately, it was not successful on the end zone line, but Manitoba showing that they have a lot of great defensive effort here. Grand-Rivère had the disc a couple times, and Kelvin was able to come back and really show a strong defensive effort. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams adjust in day 2. We saw a ton of zone looks yesterday from the defensive line. And here so far, we've seen mostly match defense, which is an individual person to person defense. And so it's going to be very interesting to see today how Kelvin and Grand-Rivère adjust and choose to bring on defensive schemes as the day continues.
How impressive at this such a still a young age. The adaptability of these athletes
100%.
already playing some zone defense, still in high school. Very impressive. Kelvin leading 1-0 on the white jerseys des Cyclones. Avec le 10, belle passe là, qui a contourné la marque. On tente un tracé long, mais on retient le geste. Milieu de terrain. Bel enchaînement de passes et cours. Et malheureusement, on ne complète pas la passe. Another break opportunity for Kelvin from Manitoba on the left-hand side. Again, pass and run. One-to-one defense going long. Loady disc. Just a little out of reach of the intended receiver. Cyclone
Isaac
qui
Chang
reprendra le
really
disque à son
taking
propre.
Yeah, Isaac Chang really taking an initiative here, showing that he has the ability to get open, getting very athletic on the field, trying to put that deep. It was not successful, but it's interesting to push your line, try and show Cyclone from Grand-Rivère that I can throw, I have those throws.
Number 9, Mika Neufeld blocking this disc again. I think it's our second or third defense already in this game, putting Kelvin in a great position for potentially a second consecutive break point. And guess who scores that second break point? Number 9, Mika Neufeld. Kelvin taking a 2-0 lead early in the game.
À ce point-ci, de ce qu'on voit de la game à ce point-ci, c'est la majeure partie des erreurs qu'on voit de la part de Grande-Rivière, c'est plus des erreurs d'exécution. Donc, ils sont capables d'établir un bon stack vertical. On voit qu'il y a un bon mouvement sur le terrain. Cependant, on voit quand même des erreurs d'exécution. Donc, ça va un peu avec ce que je disais au début du broadcast. C'est qu'on est en début de saison. On est le début mai. Je suis basé à Ottawa, donc je peux parler pour les gens de Gatineau. Ça fait pas longtemps qu'on lance dehors, ça fait pas longtemps qu'on est ici. Attraper et lancer dans des conditions météorologiques extérieures, c'est très différent de l'intérieur. Donc, ça se peut qu'on voit au courant de la journée, au courant du tournoi, des athlètes qui s'habituent aux conditions. Et en ce moment, c'est un peu ça qu'on voit de la part de Grande-Rivère, c'est que c'est des erreurs de lancer, de l'habitude des athlètes d'être sur un terrain à l'extérieur.
Kelvin with the pull, rolling deep into Cyclone's end zone. On transsort bien de la zone de pointe du côté de l'équipe de Gatineau. On attaque le tracé de la ligne. On y va plutôt en soutien. On met c'est hors de portée. L'intention était bonne, c'est hors de portée. Kelvin in a great position to potentially score their third point of the game. They already have 2 in the bank, of which those 2 were break points. About 10 yards away. Centering it to Kate Orn. Orn again, quick dish, nice layout, 2 hands grab for Kelvin High School, taking a 3-point lead in this quarterfinal game.
The success of that point came in 2 big factors. The first is that shutdown defense that we see Kelvin so far in this game really prove that they work as a team, as a defensive unit. So both times this game, we saw that they were pinning their opponent on a line and forcing these difficult throws. And so twice, Cyclone from Grand-Rivère were caught in situations where everybody had very tight defenders on them, and that forced the turnover. And then the second point is that Rachura and Horn are playing exceptional handler offense together. You can see that they move the disc well, they work extremely well together. The movement looks natural and cyclical, and so they're able to easily find spaces for each other on the field. A great handler pair so far.
Kelvin High School initially seeded number two of this tournament, while the Cyclone de Grand-Rivère were initially seeded number nine. So they are in the quarterfinal. So they already beaten their initial seeding. So congratulations. But it's so hard to have an accurate seeding in the high school level since everybody plays in their own region, so you base yourself upon the coach's feedback and the other team's feedback. So it's always an acrobatic exercise to have some sort of a rational and a great initial seeding. But that's why you play those pool plays, and then you get into quarters, into semis.
And yesterday, the scores
Como
from Kelvin
más.
High School from Manitoba proved that they're really here to play ball. Like yesterday, they beat a Marshall Catholic Secondary School 13-2, École Secondaire Mitchell Montcalm 13-4, and against Glebe Collegiate Institute 13-1. So that is a dominating set of scores that Calvin High School came here to play with. And considering they're from Manitoba, I'd be curious to know if they have a lot of schools that are on the level at which they play, because this is showing that they are quite skilled at Ultimate, and this should be a very successful tournament for them.
De retour d'un temps d'arrêt appelé par les Cyclones de Grande-Rivière, tir de l'arrière 0-3, un lancer d'engagement là, qui atterrit presque à la zone rouge, là, une vingtaine de verges de la zone de points Cyclone en bonne position de potentiellement inscrire leur premier point de ce quart de finale. Avec un alignement là, vertical, on tente le tracé intérieur, mais c'est très bien défendu. On lance le disque, tard dans le compte. Oh, malheureusement, ça n'a pu être attrapé par la numéro 22, Frédéric Joubert. Là. Il y avait de la pression défensive, mais le disque s'en venait avec un angle très, très, très ambitieux, très accentué. Alors, il semble avoir eu
Robitaille a
discussion,
un
mais
coaching.
il n'y aura pas d'appel.
Ouais.
Kelvin at their own goal line, hunting for potentially their fourth break point of this quarterfinal. Nice footwork with a dump, reset, quick dish upward, still on the right hand side, going long, loading all the way across the other side, landing far away out of bounds, just showing how much the wind can impact the course of the disc.
And the wind on your screen appears to
Cyclone.
be from the right side to the left side for those at home who are questioning where the wind is located.
Turnover less than 10 yards away. Newfield. On cherche un soutien. Number 26, Molly Klassen. Attacking up the line. Just out of reach, but well read. Well attacked by Kelvin. Scoring their fourth point. So unfortunate timeout call by Gatineau. They could not get the intended output. 4-0 for Manitoba.
And we'll be back after the timeout.
So as you mentioned, Kim Grande-Rivière, là, qui vraiment, c'est des erreurs d'exécution là, jusqu'à maintenant. On a vu des défensives de la part de Kelvin, mais c'était des défensives surtout qui rabattaient le disque au sol là, suite à des passes qui manquaient un peu de précision.
Oui, on voit que l'exécution est un peu à améliorer ici lors du tournoi. A lot of great movement. We saw Klassen really trying to put the disc in a tight spot. There is wind quite significantly running from the, I'd say, top right portion of your screen towards the lower left side. And so you can see that throwing upwind really pops the disc up. So it's really important for these athletes to focus on releasing low with a lot of spin on the disc, especially when they're going towards the right side of the screen.
Great handler movement to kick things off. Going long, Cyclone en chasse. Ça va profondément dans la zone adverse, mais malheureusement, ça atterrit. Un autre disque hors de portée. L'intention était bonne. Il y avait une belle démarcation avec le joueur de Cyclone là, qui s'était bien libéré de son défenseur, mais malheureusement, c'était hors de portée. Kelvin will put the disc back into play at their own goal line. Still leading 4-0 quarterfinal game. We're 15 minutes into the game, which is intended to be an hour 20 long. Another long pass intended to
It's interesting
Tommy.
that both teams want to try and stretch the field. It feels like it's quite windy, and yet both systems really want to try and push that they are able to and have the capabilities to throw these long passes.
Nice, quick, low release, going long once again, Kim, to your point, and now it's caught! Numéro 34, Raphaël Gillespie, qui brise la glace pour l'équipe de Gatineau. Tire toujours de l'arrière, mais par 4-1 cette fois-ci, première possession.
C'est numéro 11, Robitaille, qui a lancé une belle longue, la première longue effectuée avec succès de ce match. Donc, on vous salue, Robitaille. C'est une belle passe longue. C'est intéressant que les deux côtés tentent quand même d'essayer des longues. C'est sûr que en termes de vouloir perfectionner ton jeu, être capable de démontrer que vous êtes capable de lancer des longues, d'avoir du succès dans un système de jeu allongé, je peux respecter la pensée. Toutefois, à ce moment-ci dans la game, 4-1 Kelvin contre Grand-Rivère, c'est la première longue qu'on voit effectuée avec succès. Donc, si j'étais les coachs, c'est sûr que je mettrais quand même un bémol sur la quantité de longues qu'on essaye d'effectuer quand les plus petites passes semblent avoir plus de succès sur le terrain.
Bien, voyons voir si Kelvin et Grande-Rivière suivront tes précieux conseils, Kim. Pendant ce temps, c'est le lancer d'engagement de Grande-Rivière. That will be the first presence of Kelvin all-line in this quarterfinal game. So far, they've only played on D. So yes, the disc will be put back into play in the middle. It seems like we'll be playing a zone defense by Gatineau. They will try to trap Kelvin's handler wearing number 17, Alex Horn. Great disc movement, quick passes, but also great resiliency by Gatineau's zone defense. Nice low release, pass and run, gaining some precious yards. On the right-hand side, still, the zone hangs on. There's no opening. Quick dishes, pass and run. Resetting the stall. On the right-hand side, attacking the ends. Horn. What a great game is he having so far. Great zone defense by Siko, not allowing any space behind them. What a difficult position. Here's a little upward window, but quickly denied by Gatineau. Entering the red zone. How much will they hang on their zone defense? Still, they hang in there. Oh, here's the little hole, and here's the block. Cyclone zone defense paying off late on the field, but nonetheless countering, going long. Oh, just a little too high, just a little out of reach for the intended receiver. Will they transition to one-to-one defense? Quick counter, but miscued by Kelvin. Cyclone looking long. disc is floating. Great aerial battle, but it was in Kelvin's advantage. Seems like there was no call, so great spirit, great athleticism, but still great spirit. Back with the zone defense by Gatineau. Still, Kelvin, nice pass and run, great save here. Nice low release, but there was a call. I believe it was was it contested? Was the disc was cut up or down? I believe that's what Cyclone is claiming. Some discussion with
An
the
important
observers.
part of the frisbee spirit of the game is a situation where you have a call like this, someone on offense or someone on defense makes a call. It's a very important part of the game where two players have a discussion with each other, trying to resolve the outcome. We see in orange here, we have observers on the field, but the priority is to have both players on the field try and come to a resolution first.
Just love the way Kelvin works the thing out with low releases. Make sure to minimize the impact of the wind. I also love those little crashing into the zone defense. Going long! Got a diagonal pass landing on the ground. So once again, Cyclone's defense, zone defense, paying off. It is still the first presence of Kelvin's O-line on the field. C'est maintenant Cyclone là, qui sera en chasse de leur premier point bris de ce match de quart de finale. Cherche une opportunité. Oh, le disque qui est de portée surélevée là, avec le vent. Et c'est une contre-attaque de la part de Kelvin. Manitoba looking for an offense hold. Less than 10 yards away from the goal line. Nice pass and run. I think it's number 5, Chula Hill, securing the disc with a great two-hand grab in the end zone. Kelvin scoring their 5th point, leading now 5-1.
It's, I think, imperative at this point to congratulate the coaches, Heidi Howes and Miles Rachura from the Kelvin program. Right when we first started the point and we saw Les Cyclones from Grand-Rivère put on the first defensive zone look that we've seen this entire game, you could see that Kelvin right away called for 4 handlers back. That's the way that you successfully play through this kind of zone. So as a zone offense, you want an additional handler there to give you that extra support. And so you can see that Kelvin called for 4 handlers right away, and they moved the disc back to the field and then across the field. And they were very successful off the first sequence on offense. They were very successful getting the disc moving, and they made it all the way to the end zone line, all the way upwind. That's an incredible feat for a set of handlers to try and work through a zone all the way to the end zone line. Unfortunately, they were not successful, but it shows that there's a lot of experience there. The coaches have very clearly explained and demonstrated how to run a successful zone offense.
I'm sure there's a lot of coaches and players hearing you, Kim, and taking notes. So against the zone, 4 handlers, pass and run. Un mouvement 10 rapide ici de la part des Cyclones de Gatineau, de l'école de Grand-Rivère. On attaque le tracé de la ligne. On va plutôt en soutien pour rejoindre Oscar Gillespie. Et là, maintenant, malheureusement, c'est intercepté par Kelvin tout près de leur propre zone de points. Setting back the zone, which have caused many headaches so far on Kelvin, but now they seem to have found a window, moving the disc quickly upfield, right in the middle. Oh, that was close, but still. Nice layout, one-hand grab by number 15, Tommy Airy. Miscued. by Kelvin High School. Cyclone avec une opportunité de sécuriser cette possession offensive. C'est la numéro 11, Robitaille, là, qui remet le disque en jeu rapidement à Dumont. Gillespie. Oh, malheureusement, encore une fois. Revirement. Ce sera Kelvin. Countering. Les Cyclones qui établissent leur zone en défensive. Finding some windows. Short, but nonetheless taking advantage of those small places. And now it's pass and run. But, oh, there was a... Was that no call? I thought there was a foul call, but no. I guess number 15, Tommy Harry, was just reenacting. Maybe I should have caught that. Nonetheless, Cyclone, du côté ouvert. Belle feinte de la numéro 11, Dalia Robitaille, à son coéquipier Gillespie. Toujours à droite. Et voilà le point des Cyclones, mais il y aurait eu un appel, je crois. On confirme le point. Et là, le deuxième point de l'équipe de l'école Grand-Rivère qui tire de l'arrière 2-5 dans ce match de quart de finale, 25 minutes de jouer.
C'est intéressant de voir que le succès qu'ils ont sur le terrain en ce moment, c'est plus du small ball. Donc, on parle des plus petites passes, surtout vu qu'ils sont face au vent. Donc, ils montent l'entièreté du terrain. Ils ont eu du succès dans le end zone juste en faisant des plus petites passes. Je respecte le fait que tu veux essayer des longues passes, garder ton jeu long et forcer les gens en défensive de pas nécessairement se mettre en avant de toi puis te forcer à aller vers l'end zone. Mais dans cette situation-ci, avec le vent et les conditions météorologiques qu'on a à l'extérieur, c'est important de prendre en considération le vent qu'on a. Et en ce moment, Grand-Rivère montre qu'ils sont capables de faire qui ont beaucoup de succès sur le terrain en faisant des plus petites passes. Et ce serait intéressant de voir si le jeu se développe pour essayer d'avoir plus de succès contre Kelvin, de continuer ce jeu-là.
Et on a vu Kim, là, depuis que Cyclone a établi sa défensive de zone, là, on a des points là, qui semblent s'étirer aussi. C'est intéressant de voir dans quelle mesure ça peut impacter les résultats du match. Cyclone qui tirait de l'arrière 0-4, qui en a inscrit 2 depuis les derniers instants. Tire de l'arrière maintenant pour seulement 3. Nice two-hand grab in the air by Tula Hill. Quickly moving upward, Emerling with the disc. Zone defense still by Cyclone. 2 yards away from the goal line. 17, Alex Horn with the disc, with a dish to secure that 6th point. Kelvin taking a 4-point lead back 6-2 with 27 minutes played so far.
That was an exceptionally dominant offensive line that we just saw. There was absolutely no hesitation throughout the entire point. Kelvin High School being 3-time Ultimate Canada High School Invitational champions and 2 times finalists. The program was founded by Heidi House in 2003. And I think that this is starting to show on the field that we have a program that has shown time and time again that they really know how to run a successful program. This is incredibly impressive offensive movement that we're seeing here from Kelvin High School. I respect the Cyclone from Grand-Rivère are trying to throw on different defensive looks. And so here we saw a bit of a different defensive look. And it was interesting to see how Kelvin was going to attack that. And I respect that from Grand-Rivère because this is what you want to try and do. I want to try and throw different options at you, seeing how you can handle it. And so I think the coaches from Grand-Rivère are doing a great job just mixing it up, seeing what works, what doesn't work from their perspective to try and stop what Kelvin has going on from their offensive point of view.
Quatre provinces sont représentées dans ce championnat, cette sur invitation canadien. Donc, l'Ontario, évidemment, avec une dizaine d'équipes. Le Manitoba avec 2 équipes. Québec, 3 équipes. Et le Nouveau-Brunswick avec une équipe. Bravo à toutes les équipes, tous les organisateurs aussi là, qui font en sorte que ces jeunes puissent vivre une très, très belle expérience au-delà du Ultimate, une très belle expérience sportive. Et voilà, on voit ici pendant ce temps-là Kelvin qui scoring their seventh point, and it's a break point, quickly dishing the disc. They're now leading by 5.
I believe this is halftime. If this is 7-2, we are going into half. And in that situation, we would like to acknowledge that the Ultimate Canada High School Invitational is taking place on lands that are part of Haldeman Tract and traditional lands of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Shawanoton lands. We would also like to thank our sponsors from Be Ultimate as well as Discraft. And the final element that we'd like to discuss is the Art Hawkins Great Canadian Ultimate Game is back next month, running June 1st through 7th across Canada. And so from coast to coast, leagues will come together to play one game to raise funds, promote the sport, and play Ultimate. All proceeds support the Art Hawkins Fund, which helps empower youth, develop coaches, and foster inclusivity in communities nationwide. Get ahead of the game and make your donation today through the QR code on the screen. We'll see you after halftime.
Nous sommes de retour pour ce match de quart de finale qui oppose Kelvin High School du Manitoba au Cyclone de l'école Grand-Rivère de la ville de Gatineau au Québec. Kelvin High School qui mène par le pointage de 7-2. Après cette mi-temps, ils ont inscrit les 4 premiers points, 4 points bris de façon consécutive d'entrée de jeu. Après ça, on a vu une belle réponse de la part du Cyclone de Grande-Rivière avec une défensive de zone qui a causé certains maux de tête à Kelvin High School. Voyons voir d'entrée de jeu lors de cette deuxième mi-temps avec Kelvin High School qui débutera cette mi-temps en offensive. Grand-Rivère qui effectuera le lancer d'engagement. Kelvin High School leading 7-2 after almost 30-minute ish of play. We are at halftime. So Kelvin High School having scored the first 4 points of the game, actually 4 break points, for a total of 5 break points in this game so far. Cyclone still hunting down for their first break point of this quarter final. Ultimate Canada High School Invitational 2026 edition, hosted in Cambridge, Ontario. My name is Etienne. I have the great privilege of sharing the mic with Kim for this great
Hi, everyone.
high school matchup.
Yes, so a bit of thoughts going into the second half. If I put my coaching hat on, if you give me the clipboard for a minute, I have some advice, some thoughts that I'd like to jot down. I do think that my thoughts for Grand-Rivère going down is I would like to see a little bit more match defense. Donc une défensive individuelle, personne à personne, pour voir si ça peut changer les choses un peu contre Kelvin. On voit que la, la ligne offensive de Kelvin ont beaucoup de succès contre une zone défensive. On voit qu'ils ont beaucoup de confiance, sont capables de bouger extrêmement bien sur le terrain. Donc, je serais curieuse de voir si l'équipe de Grande-Rivière essaye une défensive individuelle, voir si ça peut essayer de forcer Kelvin à faire des erreurs ou à devoir repenser leur ligne offensive. Donc, ce serait mon petit 2 cents pour Grande-Rivière ici dans la deuxième demi de ce quart de finale.
Et à ton point, Kim, crois-tu aussi que juste en additionnant le fait de jouer une défensive individuelle, si peut-être on changeait le côté de la force aussi, penses-tu que ça pourrait être un point qui pourrait accentuer la pression défensive?
Sais-tu que c'est intéressant parce que l'équipe de Kelvin, je pense que j'ai compté 3 gauchers à date. C'est extrêmement haut sur une équipe. Normalement, tu en as peut-être un, peut-être deux des gauchers. Et ça fait en
Effectivement.
sorte que souvent, ouais, c'est quelque chose que tu vois. Quelqu'un qui est gaucher te force à repenser comment tu fais ta marque. Donc, ça serait intéressant de voir si ça affecte tout de même la pression que Grande-Rivière est capable de mettre sur Kelvin. Je pense que le fait qu'il y a autant de gauchers sur la ligne, ça apporte tout le temps une pensée additionnelle.
Excellente observation. Et pendant qu'on attend le premier lancer d'engagement, puis il initiera cette deuxième mi-temps, on tient à remercier là, tout le personnel d'entraîneur, les parents bénévoles aussi, qui ont amené toutes ces joueuses et ces joueurs à Cambridge pour ce rendez-vous des écoles secondaires. On tient à vous saluer. So just taking a few instants to share a big thank you, a big kudos to all those parents and coaches and assistant coach making this event such a great success. So thanks for your commitment and for supporting high school ultimate in the country. Kelvin in their own half. One-to-one defense, force backhand. Going long. Floaty disc denied by Cyclone. D'entrée de jeu provoque une défensive dans leur propre zone rouge qui constitue environ une vingtaine de verges devant la zone de points. On attaque le tracé de la ligne et c'est bien défendu. Oh, malheureusement, le 10 là, qui rentrait de façon très, très vive ne peut être maîtrisé par la cible entendue. On remet en soutien. On attaque le tracé de la ligne et voilà, beau passe et court. Non, c'est tout juste à l'extérieur sur la ligne. Et voilà, on confirme en retrouvant Alex Horn dans la zone de points. Et c'est une possession offensive maintenue pour ce 8e point de l'équipe manitobaine qui mène maintenant 8-2 d'entrée de jeu dans cette deuxième mi-temps.
Newfield and Horn really showing that they can play well together here. It was interesting how Kelvin really set up the stack extremely far, close to the home sideline, really giving these two handlers the entire space to work up the field and get open. They had the entirety of the end zone trying to work together as a pair, and you can see that there's a lot of chemistry there. Both these players know how to play with each other and were very successful. I also would like to shout myself out because Grand-Rivère did put match defense. So there might be a direct line to the coaches. I promise we're not connected to the coaching staff here in the commentating booth.
That's just a great display of the wide range of your coaching experience, Kim. You know how to read this game. Kelvin with the disc, ready to pull. Nice pull. Cyclone. Le petit enchaînement d'entrée de jeu. Beau passé court. À la pointe de Brick. On y va long. Ça flotte. Et ça a été bloqué, mais c'était toujours dans les airs. Ça aurait pu être dangereux pour être rattrapé, mais ça a atterri au sol. Counter by Kelvin. Midfield going long. No hesitation. Disc is floating. And oh, just out of reach. Was that block on defense? It seems there was some pressure, the defense pressure. Not sure it was blocked. Nonetheless, turnover.
It looked like she was confused of what just happened as well. It looked like she was looking at her hands, wondering what happened.
I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one confused by that last action. Cyclone. Contre-attaque. On va commencer ce point en défensive. Malheureusement, c'est bloqué. Kelvin in a great position. Floaty disc. Well read this time. Well caught. And yes, confirmed by the Manitoba squad. Their 9-point first break point of this second half, now leading 9-2.
Tula Hill really showing that she is a non-stop target in the end zone. She ran that long point that we saw trying to catch that huck. It was not successful, but you could see that she was completely open. She had the space. Same thing for this score here in the end zone. She's a very dominant, confident cutter. So it's exciting to see what comes out in the upcoming year. I do know that we have some U20s on the Kelvin team. Let me update you on that. We have Klassen, number 36, who is on the U20 Team Canada mixed team this year. Howes, number 88, is on the U20 Open team. Hammerling, number 19, is on the women's team. And so there's a lot of great representation here from the Kelvin sideline that are going to represent Canada this year at the U20 World Championships,
which will be hosted in Logroño, Spain. There's a ton of international action this summer. There will be a senior club championship, which will be hosted in Nottingham, in the United Kingdom. There will also be a master.
That's where you'll find me in June.
Looking forward to it. And there's also the Master Club Championship, which will be hosted in Limerick, Ireland. So there will be a ton of Canadian team fighting for this World Championship. For those who are less familiar with the game, if you ask which countries are the powerhouse in Ultimate, well, it's definitely led by the United States, but then this has been for a long time. But Canada has been a strong second, tailoring the United States powerhouse. And depending on the divisions also, you can think of Japan, Great Britain, France, Spain, Germany in the mixed division. Also New Zealand, Australia, all powerhouses in Ultimate. And there's also Colombia, particularly in the women's division. A ton of exciting Ultimate all throughout the world. Nice pass! Nice disc hunting, and it's confirmed in by the observers. Well positioned from the orange jerseys. Kelvin scoring their 10th point. It's another break point, now leading by 8 for a quarterfinal game, which is intended to be 13 points or an hour 20 minutes.
And we have a timeout call here, so we're going to run some videos and we'll be back in a minute.
Stay tuned. Ce temps d'arrêt appelé par le cyclone de Grand-Rivère là, qui tire de l'arrière 2-10 dans cette deuxième mi-temps de ce quart de finale de cette tournoi invitation des écoles secondaires. On est à Cambridge, en Ontario. Milieu de terrain. On tente la passe longue. Oh, l'intention n'était pas mauvaise, mais l'exécution, il manquait un peu de temps de flottaison pour la cible entendue d'attraper ce disque. On remettra le disque à la ligne de la zone de points dans le coin, ce que j'aime appeler le coin de la mort. Toujours difficile de se sortir de ce coin, particulièrement dans les conditions venteuses. So kind of a death corner, hard to get out of, but it seems very, very easy with a long pass, well chased and well hunted by number 15, Tommy Airy. Kelvin in control of the disc, looking for another point, another break point in this second half of the game. Hammers it on the break side. Great fake, holds it back. Nice pass and run. Tons of space for number 98, Damon Richura. Vertical stack in the end zone. Pass and run. Airy. Oh, the disc just pops out of his hands. Unfortunate drop. I'm sure you would like to see this back, but there was a call. I believe it's an injury call, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Numéro 32 là, qui viendra remplacer son coéquipier. C'est Jérôme Labelle là, qui embarque sur le terrain. Et c'est un revirement en faveur du Cyclone de Gatineau qui est en chasse pour des solutions, inscrire des points. On approche la 50e minute de jeu d'un match qui en durera un maximum de 80 minutes. On tente le jeu long, d'entrée de jeu. Oui, c'est bien chassé. Le numéro 34, Gillespie, qui enchaîne. Oh, malheureusement, s'est échappé dans la zone de points. Le disque avait un drôle d'angle. Bel effort de Labelle, mais malheureusement, revirement en faveur de Kelvin High School. À l'intérieur, inside. Hill, again. What a nice game is she having. C'est un revirement. Grand-Rivère en soutien. On va attaquer le côté bris. Mais ça a été bien bloqué. On attaque plutôt le côté ouvert. On tente de trouver un certain rythme. Voilà, belle passe ici. Plus qu'à quelques mètres de la zone payante, beaucoup de trafic. On y va on contourne la marque pour rejoindre la cible. Et voilà, c'est confirmé. Un troisième point pour les Cyclones de l'école Grande-Rivère à Gatineau. Tir de l'arrière, toujours 3-10.
Je tente de trouver le numéro de la dame qui vient de lancer ce beau lancer bris-flic qu'on vient de voir. Là, ça a vraiment. Il y avait deux individus de l'équipe de Grande-Rivière qui étaient positionnés du côté bris. Et ça a permis à Grande-Rivière d'avoir beaucoup de succès dans l'end zone avec un super beau lancer bris-flic. J'aimerais bien te donner tes fleurs, ma chère, mais je suis pas capable de trouver ton numéro. On voit les athlètes de face, donc on voit pas les numéros qu'ils ont sur le dos de leur jersey.
Effectivement, ça
Mais
n'enlève rien à cette très, très belle passe. On a vu vraiment comme la façon qu'elle a contourné nettement sa marque pour rejoindre son coéquipier. Très, très belle
exactement.
exécution. Et Kim, je profite de cet événement, de cet instant aussi pour remercier le personnel de Ultimate Canada, Sarah Aidy et Liane Leduc, qui s'assurent de faire tous les petits détails nécessaires pour exécuter, pour faire en sorte qu'un tournoi comme celui-ci ait lieu. Merci aussi aux opérateurs de caméra, Mika, Evelyn et Nate, ainsi que à tous mes partenaires MC, Sanjay, toi, Kim, et ainsi que Théo. Fait un excellent travail hier et aujourd'hui.
Il y a beaucoup de travail qui va en behind the scenes de la part de Ultimate Canada, donc big shout out.
Nice isolation horizontal stack, which unfortunately ends with a incompletion. Going out of bounds. Cyclone qui aura l'opportunité. On voit le stack là, qui est sans. Ça paraît un peu loin, mais on rejoint quand même du côté bris. Une belle passe ici avec une belle passe du lancer droit. Le gaucher, numéro 19. Oh, ça a été bien défendu, bien anticipé. Kelvin, quick countering. Mayday, Mayday on Cyclone. Trying to contain this counter. Quickly entering the red zone. Lemont with the disc. Dishes it back to Chang. Going back midfield, but still in control. Number 3, Hormiston. Looking for an open cut. Nice save by Rachura. Hanging in there, being patient, attacking the line. Rachura or Isaac Chang seems unstoppable. Just running. He never seems to get tired. Which
Exactly.
lead to
He has been
Kelvin's.
A mainstay on the O line here. Chang has been proving he is athletic, and you are going to have to work hard to stop him. You mentioned it during the beginning of the point, but it was a very insightful pull play that they tried here. It was a horizontal stack, and they had Chang in an isolation. And this is someone who has tried to throw deep a couple times in this game, so you know that he has the throws. He can probably put it to, especially upwind, is a difficult throw to try and get. But having him in an isolation, giving him the entirety of the field, someone who has quite a significant arsenal of throws, is an incredibly smart idea. So I love that pull play from Kelvin that we just saw off the previous point.
So you have an idea of what's the weather like. You see the coaching staff wearing long coats. Well, you see the players still wearing shorts, some of them wearing t-shirts. So when you're active, you're okay. But the minute you stay steady, you need to wear those coats and hoodies. Cyclone du côté droit. On est forcé côté lancer droit. Oh, c'est Beaucoup de pression en défensive. Et voilà, c'est rabattu au sol finalement par Kelvin, high school milieu de terrain. Countering, Richura will put the disc back into play. Dishes it on the open side. Nice cut in by Hormis. Is it Hormiston? Nonetheless, still entering the red zone on the line, but going safe with the reset. Page Prema. Pass and run, still attacking the breaks. Oh, nice layout, one hand grab by Alex Horn. Midfield, Tula Hill. Few yards shy of a potential 12th point. Another one hand grab with a layout. Is that caught up? Just waiting for the confirmation. The point is good. Hard to tell from our point of view. We're still a little far away. Some reenacting action on the field.
It appears that Grand-Rivère is calling the disc down, but he just appears seemingly retracted his call. Incredibly spirited play here by Grand-Rivère.
Kelvin scoring their 12th point. It's their third break point of the second half. Cyclone still hunting down for a break point in this quarterfinal. So Kelvin 1 point shy of a ticket to the semifinal, which will be played a little later this afternoon.
An important element of the Kelvin offense here is that it feels that the entirety of the squad is involved in each of the O points. So you'll see that there are some very steady handlers that have the disc quite a lot, but there is a depth within the line. The majority of the people that are on the field seem to touch the disc, and so you can show that this squad is quite a deep roster, and it's interesting to have the multitude of players. The women are involved, and so it feels like a mixed team that uses or utilizes every single piece of their offense to be successful.
Il y a eu un temps d'arrêt. On se regroupe avant d'entamer ce qui serait potentiellement le dernier droit de ce quart de finale. On vous rappelle
the winner
qu'en
of
ce
this
moment...
game... Oh, go ahead.
Alors,
The winner of this game goes to play against Notre Dame.
Vas-y,
We're
Kim,
trying
vas-y.
our best here. We're remote commentators. Yeah, my point was that I was mentioning the winner of this game goes to play against the winner of Notre Dame and Humberside. So that should be a very contentious game as well. Curious to see what comes out of there.
And this is the first of our 3 webcasts here today. So our next assignment will be at 2:30 Eastern Time for a semifinal, some semifinal action. Sanjay and Kim will welcome you. And we'll have also the great privilege of sharing the final starting at 4 o'clock. And I will have the great pleasure of sharing the mic with Sanjay. So looking forward for a ton of action in the high school division. Midfield, Cyclone, qui veut faire durer le plaisir, tente le jeu long. Malheureusement, c'était un peu court. Et Kelvin là, qui aura possession du disque et potentiellement un 13e point qui les mènerait à cette demi-finale. Progresse bien. Going upward on the open side. Midfield, holding it back. Nice cut up the line, but I think it was partially blocked on the mark. Cyclone Il contre-attaque. On voit bien le stack vertical avec une cible qui était très très loin à l'arrière, mais malheureusement, on ne peut en tirer avantage. Kelvin, back with the disc, midfield. Looking for a reset, floaty flick. Well read, well caught by Newfield. But miscued by the white jerseys. Contre-attaque de Gatineau à l'intérieur. On vient de croiser la ligne de milieu. Oh, bien attrapé ici d'une seule main. Là, le disque était derrière. C'est le numéro 32, le label. Là. Et on tente la passe longue. Là. Il y avait deux cibles potentielles, mais il y avait aussi et surtout deux défenseurs pour bloquer cette tentative. Kelvin at their own goal line. Nice backhand. Going long, but no, out of reach of the intended receiver. The disc is rolling far away in the Cyclones end zone, so we'll be bring back up to the line on the corner. Stack vertical de la part des Cyclones, on rapproche un peu l'alignement pour créer de l'espace pour un tracé long. On tente le tracé de la ligne, c'est bien fermé par Kelvin. Il commence à se faire tard. On tente la passe longue et ça atterrit malheureusement à l'extérieur. Une autre tentative de jeu long là, de Grand-Rivère là, qui malheureusement aboutit en un revirement. Kelvin putting the disc back where it went out. We're almost midfield. Quickly moving the disc upward. Well caught by Lamont. Resets it to Ormiston. And it's caught and confirmed. Kelvin High School from Manitoba securing their ticket for this UCHSI semi-final 2026. Celebrating on the field. Congratulations to the Manitoba squad and aussi félicitations à Cyclone Grand-Rivère qui poursuivront leur tournoi et qui batailleront pour la 5e place. Ils sont déjà assurés de battre leur classement initial, qui était à la 9e position. Donc, dans le pire des cas, ils termineront 8e. Donc, une belle performance de Cyclone de l'école Grand-Rivère à Gatineau. So we're wishing the best of luck to Kelvin.
Yeah, a very solid run here by Kelvin. They showed that their offense shows a multitude of different looks that they're able to handle. They were able to play well against the defensive zone looks that Grand-Rivère threw at them, as well as match defense. And so it's going to be a very interesting game to watch in the semifinals of the Ultimate Canada High School Invitational.
And as we mentioned, this was the first of our 3 appointments for webcasting these high school invitational games. Our next assignment will be at 2:30, where Sanjay and Kim will welcome you for a semi-final game. The teams remains to be confirmed, but nonetheless, tons of action here in Cambridge, Ontario. My name is Etienne. Thank you very much, Kim, for all your great observation throughout this game. Merci à tous d'avoir été là. Merci beaucoup à toi, Kim, et à toute l'équipe d'Ultimate Canada pour faire de ce webcast un autre succès. Bravo à tous les entraîneurs, parents, bénévoles qui ont fait de la route pour amener tous ces athlètes à ce championnat. C'est toujours une très belle expérience et vous en êtes extrêmement reconnaissant. On vous dit à très bientôt. Prenez soin de vous, restez hydratés. Cheers.
I love working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied.
To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
Find your drive.
Find your drive.
Find your drive.
Find your drive.